Alrighty, hello everybody to the next episode of my Detroit Tigers franchise. This is going to be the spring training special. It's going to be a quick, or not quick, but it's going to be a lot quicker than the off-season special, and I hope the audio is actually working, because I realized after I recorded everything and after I saved the game, the audio didn't record me talking. So you guys did not hear anything that I said. So hopefully the audio is working this time. I did a test stream or a test session for about 5 minutes. The audio was working fine. Hopefully it is working fine now, because that'll be it. But since the audio hopefully is working fine, let's take a look at what I did in the off season, because we need to take a look at who I signed and what. So what we will do is we will just take a look at the lineups. So what I did was I brought back Jonathan Scope. I'm a bit frustrated that my audio didn't record, so if I sound frustrated, that's why. On a pretty cheap, team-friendly deal, he was the best second baseman out there that had power, and we needed a second baseman because our second baseman depth wasn't the best. I figured, you know what, why not bring him back, fleece the Dodgers, trade him. We traded him for really good prospects and getting him back. We also signed Brandon Belt because he hit 29 home runs. He's going to be our designated hitter. I paid $6 million for him just to hopefully hit a lot of balls out of the ballpark or extra base hits for us. And that is really all we did for the offense. Oh no, sorry. We also signed Adam Frazier and for $7 million. Another guy that we overpaid for, but he's going to be our utility man for this year. And if all fails, we could trade him for hopefully a prospect or two. In terms of everything else, we did not trade for any, or we did not sign any more guys offensively. But for the pitching staff, we did, and we signed a couple of relievers. One of them being Wandy Peralta, a lefty. You should have saw from the off-season special. Again, I wish the audio recorded, otherwise I would be focusing on something else. But basically what happened, he is going to be one of our setup guys. We needed a lefty setup man. He's going to be our lefty setup man. We have him for 2 years. Again, a guy, and he's cheap. Again, a guy that we could trade away if we needed to. We also, our big splash in free agency was signing closer Josh Hader for 4 at 11.2 a year. We are hoping he is going to get back to his 2021 self, but this also ensures that we, at least on paper, we have an elite back into the bullpen. And we also called up everyone that needed to be called up, including Tariq Skubal, Casey Mize, and then Matt Manning, who was not supposed to pitch last year. He did pitch a little bit last year. He is going to be our fifth guy in the rotation, and I'll actually, on my phone, I'll pull up pictures. Our bullpen is going to be a long reliever, Joey Wentz, and then our middle reliever guys, Will Vest, Trevor Rosenthal, Tyler Alexander, and Alex Lang. Then our setup guys will be Wandy Peralta and Jason Foley, and our closer, obviously, Josh Hader. So those are the guys that we signed in free agency. We're not going to be playing any spring training games. We're just going to simulate through them. But first, we got to look at contract extensions. So we're going to take a look at contract extensions. Brandon Belt, he's not going to get re-signed unless he hits 40 tanks and only wants like $2 or $3 million a year for one more year. Same with Adam Frazier, although he is only 32. The thing is, he's getting paid $7 million right now. What does he want? He only wants it says he only wants 4.6, but he actually really wants around 26 million or 5.2, which is definitely cheaper. I'll see. He is a good defender, contact hitter. Again, he's a bench guy for us. And then Austin Meadows, 28. We are definitely going to extend him. I don't know how long. Probably 3 to 4 years, so let's take a look at doing that right now. He says 5 is ideal for him. 5.1. He is not going to be a platoon. He's going to be an everyday guy. So yeah, 5.1. I'm actually fine with 5 years at 5.1. That's actually pretty good. 5 years, that'll get him to his age 33 season. Hopefully his power and stuff will improve. We'll see if he takes it. He will not. He wants some more money. We'll bump that up to 26. Will he take this? No. 26 and a half or 5.3 a year. And he'll take that. So we extended him to Austin for 5 more seasons. And then the other guy is Spencer Turnbull. I kind of want to see how he pitches this year. He is arbitration eligible. But he's asking for $10 million a year. I forgot how much he asked. And he is actually wants more money more money for shorter deals. So we're gonna have to consider not signing him, or we eat the dust. But I don't really want to overpay for a fifth guy, realistically, because realistically he is a guy that will probably be fifth on the rotation come playoff time. So we're gonna wait and see what happens with his stats throughout the season. If he definitely tanks, then we're not gonna re-sign him. I'll probably look to trade him for a mid-level guy that is not going to be blocked and can produce down the line. So yeah, there's that. So let's actually start getting spring training sitting. We'll sim about a week and look at everyone's stats. So we're 2-2 to start spring training. Here's our offense, Badoo. Okay. Just gonna go through all these stats. Baez, 2 home runs. Want to see Baez get his power numbers up. His 12 was definitely not the best. Okay, Meadows, Maton. I hope he can definitely improve. He's on a cheap deal, but I hope he can definitely stay hitting well for being our everyday. Marion and Torkelson. I'm not really concerned about spring trading batting average. I just want to see what the guys are hitting on the team. Vierling's looking good. Is Cartaya played? No, he has not. This counts as using his option. Dang it. I hate it. Because he's probably going to be, since he's on the 40 man, he's probably going to be staying up in the majors. Which, I mean, it won't use an option, but yeah. So he's got no at bats. Take a look at the pitching. Interesting. Reese Olson, this 24-year-old. Interesting seeing all the different young guys we got. Hater. Hater. And all these guys have not gotten any action. So we'll continue to simulate. We will do that. There we go. First, actually, let's take a look at who's in free agency. No one. Alright, let's take a look at how the guys are hitting now. Okay. Oh, also, Mario is going to be our everyday right-hander against right-handers. And Haas is going to be our everyday against left-handers. Just so everyone knows. Okay, so Cartaya did get 4 at-bats. Has not gotten a hit yet, which is okay. Again, the spring training. Not going to be running gears. So our ERA, besides Matt Manning, spring training is looking pretty good. Hopeful for the pitching. Raiders getting his ERA down. That whip is really high, though. And these guys don't think they've all any of them got anything. It's not Emerson Hancock. So he's a starter. I hate that he's being called up for the bullpen. I do hate that. There we go. 7-9 in spring training. Once again, take a look at the offense. Belt hit his first home run. Baez is actually hitting the ball well. If our offense can actually produce above a 255, above a 260 team average, then I think we'll win 90 games this year. Because I think our pitching is good enough to at least propel us above 500 alone. It just depends on how our offense produces. Matt Violin's having a really good spring training for us. Only 7 at bats, but he's doing the job. He's doing his job. Pitching. Casey got rocked a little bit. Alex Lang is having a really good spring training. 11, almost 12 innings and only a .77 ERA. That's really good. We'll just stimulate the rest of spring training. Okay. Bell hit 3 home runs and 62 at bats. Interesting. Baez cooled off a little bit, but he hit 3 home runs. Austin Meadows hit the ball out of the ballpark. Interesting. Matt Valen had a spring training of his life, man. 3 home runs, 14 RBIs, 329 average. For a guy that hit 232 last season in 117 games. Cortez didn't get any hits in 9 at bats. He's not ready, but we should see him up in the bigs in a couple seasons. Pitching looks like Turnbull. So it looks like the Manning got it together, but Casey Mize needs a little bit extra motivation. It looks like. Again, these stats, and I love seeing Alex Lang throw the ball that well. I want to get him back to his 2022 self. Peralta pitched pretty well. Hader definitely bounced back. So not bad, not a bad spring training for the guys. We'll just advance to the regular season. So our opening day is at home against the Cardinals, against Kansas City Royals. Tariq Skubal against Brady Singer. Did I add sponsorships last year? I did, okay. Oh, I don't have a third sponsorship. We'll do that. Okay, so our budget projected coming in the season is $53 million available budget. That's without that's with only 2 or 3 guys needing to be extended at this point. We'll definitely have to probably extend a couple guys, depending on trades. Biggest thing is, will the game screw up my lineups? Okay, they definitely did, because this is not the lineups that I had. So we are gonna have to unfortunately take a look at the lineups. Okay, so the big issue here is that Baddoo is not up in the majors. So the only thing I have set to auto, I don't have anything set to auto. I just have injuries, I believe, just on MLB only. It's unbelievable. Okay. I know Alexander's. Belt, he's our first baseman. Oh, they sent down Torkelson as well. So that means our pitching rotation is absolutely screwed. Yep, look at how terrible this game is programmed. Gosh. I hate it because options are flying away left and right. Okay. We have to fix everything because MLB The Show sucks at times. Heavy bias. Bias. So Belt is our DH. And oh gosh darn it. Scope is our second baseman. Badu is our left fielder. Riley Green, Jonathan Kilbadu, Riley Green, Jonathan Scope, Brandon Belt. Kreidler's fine. Donnie Sands needs to get sent down. This game breaks my heart sometimes with how bad it is. How bad it's programmed. Okay. What does that put our bench at? So that's that. Okay, so that's good for that. This will be easier to. Okay, these lines don't matter. It's easier to do that. All right, it's lefties. Badu is still leading off. Badu Green needs Scope in second base. He's hitting third. Baez is hitting fourth. Belt is not going to be here. He's only hitting against lefties. Torkelson will be hitting last until he can improve his average. He did improve it last season, but he also didn't play as in many games. I just want to see how he does. See if he can get that improved. Baez, Meadows, he's fifth. Haas 6, Maton 7th, Verlin 8th, and Torkelson 9th. So that is good for that. There's our bench against left-handers. And then again, this lineup does not matter. Okay, so another thing is the pitching rotation. Good thing is I can fix this now. Unfortunately, the options are gonna get ruined. Here's your starting rotation, and guys, we need to send down. We need to send down Muller. Okay. Sending down Muller. And then I believe this is all good. Wentz, Vest, Foley is setup guy. Lang, Vest, Lang, Rosenthal, Alexander, and then our setters Foley, Peralta, and then Hader our closer. Alright, that looks like I fixed everything perfectly. Rosters are set, and then let me just fill out the AAA roster real quick. We're gonna call Varela to the AAA roster. He's already 26. Need to get him more development, and then go to Class A. We will call Dylan Rose up to Double A. Get that filled out, and then any guys that need to go up to AAA? Don't think so. Here's one of our prospects, Brian Valley, our starting pitcher. He'll spend a season in Class A. Hopefully he'll develop enough to be able to get a Double A. then anyone in AA that can go up. We'll send Zach Logue up AAA. We'll drop back down to AA. Troy Melton, we'll get him a chance in AA. Alrighty, so there we go. I filled out the rosters. Hopefully everything comes together come simulation, because I know stuff is going to get messed up. But hopefully the audio works. But that is the spring training special. Didn't show much, didn't really talk about much. The biggest issue was me fixing the lineups. Again, I'll quickly run through the lineups. Don't worry about the no DH guys. But here, biggest thing is left-handed DH. Against left-handed DH. Against right-handers, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, the biggest issue against lefties is the start up top two. No, excuse me, being against lefties. So yeah, didn't really think about that. That's on me, but hoping the guys can improve, and hopefully our team can start off the year well. The next episode will be a opening day episode against the Royals. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace.